You can choose to grade an assignment with points, as we looked at earlier, or by rubrics. Either way, you need to have a grading category for it to appear in the gradebook. You can choose one from your list or create a new category. To do numeric, just leave it at points and numeric. To choose a rubric, click Create New with the 4 square icon. Then you have your rubric editor that pops up. You put your rubric title at the top. These can be reused from assignment to assignment. And then you can add criteria. So you'd click in the title to add criteria 1. And then if you want more criteria, you'd hit the plus button down here. And then you can add as many criteria as you want. You have a couple options for adding descriptions. You can add descriptions right here underneath your main criteria, or you can modify each of the grading scale criteria. If you want more points than 4, you can simply hit the plus button and it adds another one, and then you can modify those points. You could do half points if you want. So if you wanted something to be 3.5, you could do that. And then just change your numbers as desired. If you want to get rid of one of them, notice there's a little X. If I click that, now I'm back to where I was. You'll notice down here on the bottom right, the points change according to which criteria you add or subtract from your lists. So as I take one off, notice it's deducted down to 7. If I want to remove an entire row, I can click the X at the very far right, and that whole row is gone. When I'm ready to create my rubric, I say Create. However, I do have an option to choose learning objectives, grabbing standards from either the Common Core or state standards or wherever I'm looking. For instance, if I click into state standards, Minnesota always appears at the top, and then I can just drill down and find the ones that I'm looking for. And you just need to keep clicking until you get all the way down to the standard itself, the learning objective, and you can click multiple ones if you want. Notice they highlight. When I say add learning objective, they will populate into my rubric. So you can do custom, or you can just choose straight from the learning objectives from the standards. When I see Create, that rubric has now been attached to this assignment. You'll see that there are a couple options that appear. One is to show the rubric to students, which I'd recommend, so they see that in the assignment. It also shows you which learning objectives are now aligned to that rubric. Save your changes, and now that rubric has been attached to that assignment. When a student enters the assignment, they will get a preview of the rubric. So the directions from the teacher are there, but the rubric is here. Gives students clear indication of what the expectations are for the assignment. As a teacher, when you go to create another assignment and you choose the rubric grading scale selection, notice that my previously created rubrics are there for me to choose. I do not need to create them over again if I'm going to use the same criteria.